we've not done this before, so we're going to look at it again quite slowly. You've got to be able to round numbers off to one significant figure, and that gets you a top grade E by the look of it. So here we go, let's see what significant figures mean. I'm going to start writing up here as is usual. It moves down, I'll be really grateful. Here we go. There you go, around right here somewhere. It says I've got 256. I want to round that off to one significant figure. Now if you consider the word significant meaning important, the choice is I can call that either 200 or I can call it 300. Please note we're still rounding. Ask yourself a question, is 256 nearer to 200 or is it nearer to 300? Well, I hope you can see it's actually nearer to 300. Therefore 256 is 300 to one significant figure. Again, this is permissible shorthand, 1SF as opposed to 1DP. Let's try the next one. We've got 324. One significant figure, we can either drop it down to 300 or we can boost it up to 400. Please note we're using one key figure, the 2, the 3, the 3, the 4. 324 is nowhere near 350, so we're not even going to boost it up to 400. So 324 is actually 300 again to one significant figure. Moving on. 5,617. Again, one significant figure. The choice is, do we call this 5,000? Again, the 5 is the significant figure. Or do we call it 6,000? If you look very carefully, we can contemplate what that 6 would do to the 5. Will that 600 push that up to 6,000, or will you drop it back down to 5,000? Well, the same rule applies. 5 or more, push it up. 4 or less, drop it down. So 5,617 is a lot closer to 6,000. Just finish that off a bit. 6,000 than it is 5,000. Therefore, we're going to go to 6,000 with one significant figure on display, and the significant figure on display is the 6 there. May as well highlight the others. That's the significant figure, and that's the significant figure for up there. Okay. Next one, I do go down here, I think, says 37.2. Now 37.2, don't be baffled by the decimal place there, the figure after the point. Take it as a whole, and we can see that our choice is either 30 using one figure, or take it up to 40. I think you can see that 37.2 is nearer to 40 than 30, so we're going to call that 40, and that's to one significant figure. Clearly 37.2 is nearer to 40 than 30. I've got another one. I'll go up the top of the page here. I've got here 22.9. Again, the choices are, you don't have to write these out each time, we're just having a discussion now. 20 or 30. 22.9 is a lot nearer to 20 than 30, so we're going to call that equivalent to 20 to one significant figure. Last one, it's a biggie, so I'm going to put it right here. 33624. Now that's 33,624. Now we're only allowed to use one significant figure, so I'm focusing on that 30,000 one there. Will the 3 push that up to a 4 and make it 40,000? No, I don't think so, because it's 5 or more, push it up, 4 or less, drop it down. So here are the two choices then. We can either go 30,000 or we can go 40,000. Okay, so all these noughts are insignificant. The key figure is that one and that one. 33,624 is a lot nearer to 30,000 than 40,000. If you can hear that alarm downstairs, don't be perturbed. They're obviously making toast or something. So here we go. So that is actually equivalent to, write it on the side here, 30,000 when working to one significant figure. Is that alright? Now, I'm going to take a word question here. This is question 7 on page 26. I rather like it, so let's change colour, make it stand out really nice. I do hope they deal with that alarm because it's going to get on my nerves if we carry on like this. Okay, the number of spectators at an athletics meeting is this number here. So we have 23,278 participants, no, spectators. Anyway, that's the number we're looking at here. And then it says a local newspaper reported this as 24,000. And it reported it to the nearest thousand, it says here. Right, so here's the thing. The paper says roughly 24,000 people went to see the athletics at so-and-so stadium, to the nearest thousand. Now, question. Here's the question. Is 23,278 nearer to 24,000 or 23,000? So these are our choices. We've got 23,000 or we have 24,000. If we're playing with the 2, 3 and the 2, 4, just focusing on that for a minute, we're interested in what that 2 might do to that 3. Excuse me, will the 2 push the 3 up to a 4? Well, it's got to be 5 or more to push it up. 4 or less, leave it alone. So basically 23,278 is a lot nearer to 23,000 than 24,000. Therefore the paper reported it incorrectly. In fact, they got it wrong completely because they can't do maths like us. So that's that question there. That's all I want to do with that. I just want to change to another page, just study it, obviously pause it, just keep going with it. Let's go to another page now, if I may. Just go back one at the top here. I have got 12.2 and I'm supposed to add 3.9. This is section 2.3 on page 27, and even though it's a calculator unit, it's grade E rated and they don't want you to use a machine for this. Let's have a classic error, shall we? 12.2 and 3.9. Everyone gets very confused. 2 plus, because 2 plus nothing is like 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. Where do you put the point? Should we put it there? Well, yes, let's do that. What do you think of that? Well, that's terrible mathematics, because clearly 12 plus 3 alone has got to be in the order of 15. So our answer of 5.12 is way wrong. Don't even go there. In order to get these right every single time, you've got to line up the decimal places and the decimal points, so to speak, and 3.9. Do your little line there and put a plus there just in case you go negatively minus it and mess it all up. So I've got to add these now. Well, now it's easy. Put the point where it belongs. Do that. 2 plus 9 is 11. So we'll carry the 1 over. 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Nothing to carry. 1 plus nothing there. Let's put a little naught there just so you can see it. 1 plus nothing is 1. There you go. 16.1. Absolutely beautiful. Let's do another one. Again, I'm not going to labour this, not a grade E I'm not, but I will just remind you that you've got to line up these decimal points perfectly, otherwise it won't work. Here's the next one, 492, and this time we're going to take away 3 point, there goes the smoke alarm again, 3.68. Now, 2 take away 8, can't be done. Cancel the 9, just like I did in primary school, put the 8 there, and lend it to next door. So we've taken from the 90 down to 80 and we're given an entire 10 to next door. So instead of 2 take away 8 we've got 12 take away 8. 12 take away 8 is 4. Forgot to put the point there, naughty me. 8 take away the 6 is 2. I want to multiply them now. Let's go back to white. Alright, check this out. I've got 0.2 multiplied by 0.2. Now, again, this is a calculator unit. This is grade D rated, but it's not user machine. Let's not get lazy-minded. Essentially, you know that 2 times 2 is 4, so I'm going to put a 4 right there. And we have one figure, 2 figures after the decimal places. Therefore, we go back once, twice, and then put the spot there. Answer 0.2. 0.04. Now it looks completely wrong because the temptation is to say 0.2 times 0.2 is 0.4. I understand why you say that. I used to say the same thing as well, but then I grew out of that and I got slightly better at maths. So actually 0.2 times 0.2 is 0.04. Just study that. Two numbers after the decimal point, one there, we go back twice, doing, 0.04. Again, pick up your calculator and test it out. I think I'll try this one. 0.3 times 0.5. You know 3 times 5 is 15. Let's just write it down straight away. We've got one figure after the spot, two figures after the spot. Go back twice. Once, twice. Stab it right there. 0.15. Again, study it. The penny will drop with use. Let's just try this one over here now. 0.12 multiplied by 0.3. Well, you know 12 times 3 is 36. I'm going to write a 36 there. 1, 2, 3 figures after decimal places. Therefore, go back 3, 1, 2, and 3, and put the decimal point down. Therefore, I require a 0 there, and the answer is 0.036. That requires an equals as well, and I deserve a tick for that, and that. I think I'll have 2 for that one. It looks really scary. Okay, is that alright? 0.036 is the correct answer to that. I do want to deal with question 6 on page 29, again grade D rated. This is a fantastic question, it's so good I want to give it another page, and let's try a different flavour. Let's go for that pale blue one there. Right, apparently, we just write this out and then we'll talk about it. Do it nice and big because I want to finish with this. 305 multiplied by 4.96 divided by 9.92. Now the question says, question 6, estimate by rounding each number to one significant figure. I have got to do what the question says. I must round each figure to one significant figure and then carry out my calculation. So let's do a change of flavour to highlight some things. Now let's look at the 305. If you remember what we did earlier in the video, the 305 could either be 300 or it can be 400. Is that alright? Look at it carefully, it's only 305, so we're actually going to call that 300. It's nowhere near 400, alright? Change colour to that green there. I've got 4.96. Again, the choice is, do we take it up to 5 or do we drop it back down to 4 using one significant figure? Well, 4.96, the 9 alone will push that 4 up to 5 because the 9 is 5 or more. So 4.96 is actually nearer to 5 than 4. So I've got to multiply by 5, then divide by, change colour. Let's go for that blue one right there. So 9.92, the choice is, do we drop it back down to 9 or do we take it up to 10? Well, I've got 9.9. Clearly that 9 is 5 or more. It will push up this 9 here in the units column up to the next unit. So that becomes a 0, that becomes 1. So 9.92 is actually very, very close to 10. So we're going to use 10. So we've got 300 multiplied by 5 divided by 10. Well, there's loads of ways I can do that without a calculator if I choose to, and I do choose to. Let's look at that. We've got 300 divided by 10. It's like saying chop and chop. We've now got 30 divided by 1. Well, 30 divided by 1 is in fact 30. I can then come along and multiply by 5. So 30 times 5 is 15 with a 0 in it because of the 0 right there. So 30 times 5 is 150. Divide by 1.